I was told that I'm invited if, in one condition, that if I have some solution, some good news to share with you. So Jordan is the bad guy, I'm the good guy, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to try to do my best. We've got a lot of good news. We've got a lot of solutions. People, they should understand that every single thing that happens in our system, it's a big game. And in order to play the game, we have to know the rules and regulations of the game. It's like a tennis court. You don't want to participate in a tennis court if you don't know how to play the game. You have a referee. The referee is there not to teach you how to play the game. He's just going to say that the game over, you lose, you win. So that's the court system. My name is Victor Barjorbadian. I'm Armenian, born in Cairo, Egypt, and I studied in Europe. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I will get these questions often asked to me. How I got to here, who I am, what's my background. I really liked history of the world from my childhood. I tried to get involved in different cultures. Egyptian culture was one of them. European culture, Russian culture. I moved to Canada for 10 years, and then I moved to Los Angeles in '86. I've been in Los Angeles since then. My background is international banking. I do a lot of business in Europe, and at the same time, I learned a lot of tricks that the banking institution, they dominate the whole world. When I came to Los Angeles, I had my own business for 4 years, and I thought that I'm doing pretty well. I was importing and exporting from Europe and the Orient. And after 4 years growing up my business, finally I found out in the same problem that every single person gets involved, which is 4 or 5 major companies that I was selling them products, they stopped paying me. So as any other person, I would hire an attorney, and he assured me that everything will be fine. It's a win-win situation. You've got the order, their signature, big companies. We should file a lawsuit. So we did. After 1 year spending $15,000 on an attorney, I got the bad news. They filed bankruptcies. This is the first time that I hear about bankruptcy, even though I knew about the bankruptcy, but I never thought that it's so easy. It happened to me. I lost a lot of money. It was a lot of money for me, but a lot of money. I was forced out of business. However, I just realized that United States, it's a different country. I better do my homework. So since then I started studying, and I started studying not only banking side, but I studied the court procedures and how to learn the rules of the game. And it was very fascinating. Of course, in '91, I met Jordan, and he saved me 40 years of knowledge, of studying more. So I got a lot of stuff from him regarding religion and astrotheology. But I was more concerned about if I'm staying in the United States, how I'm going to be behaving in this corporate world. I got to learn the rules. I want to play the game. I have no choice. So I started researching, going to seminars. I met wonderful people. I pinpoint some key people. And basically, we set up an organization which is called BBCOA. It's a publishing company, but it's based in Los Angeles. And our mission is not only to publish books. However, our mission is to finance authors, which they're worth it, their material, would like to bring it to the light, to the public, so that they can use it. Now, my first experience with the court, and I have to say that so that you know where I'm coming from, in '92, I got a traffic ticket. That was the time I said to myself, I would like to see whatever I learned, if it's going to be really effective in the system. So for the first time in my life, I go to the court, traffic court. I'm pretty sure most of you, you've been there once. It's a business. They're there to make money, and we're the clients. However, I knew a lot of stuff about the court procedure and how they function. So I wanted to test myself before going forward. Among 200 people, I was probably in the middle, and I kept timing each person having 30 seconds to say whatever they need to say. And of course, the only thing you can say, either guilty, no content. And basically, every 30 seconds, I see anywhere from $50 to $600 the machine is just cranking all this business. So I was just in the middle, and the commissioner, I guess, they asked my name. And, of course, my name is Victor Barjorbadian, so he probably said that this guy, 5 seconds max. This is 30 seconds for everyone. So I appear over there, and I say, after telling me that I violated code so-and-so in vehicle code, and I was speeding 70 miles an hour or whatever, how do I plead? And the first thing came out of my mouth is, I'm appearing especially, not generally. Now, the whole court system stopped. So, and the judge looked at me and says, who the hell is this guy? I mean, he's coming with a weird name, with an accent. I'm pretty sure he's not born in the state. And now he's asking me something that I cannot go forward. And he just looked at me and he says, okay. And I asked him, I said, is this a court of record? And he says, well, we don't have a court reporter, but we're taping this proceeding. I said, let the record shows that I'm reserving all my rights not to be bound by any unrevealed contracts. Now, I know what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. None of the other people knows what I'm talking about. And basically, what I'm trying to put in the records that I do have a driver's license, and I know that it's just a contract, which it binds you with all the rules and regulations. However, if you reserve your rights, they never showed it to you when they issued it, and you thought that you're just getting it to drive. So basically, I'm reserving all my rights. Nothing applies to me. And that's in the record. And he looked at me and he says, okay. And I said, I would like to see a verified complaint filed by the city attorney under penalty of perjury that there is a crime that I committed. And I would like to see the witness. A verified complaint. Basically, I'm asking for a verified complaint. And at that moment, he felt that this is not going anywhere. And I'm a bad client, and there are another 100 people that they're good clients. So he says, do we have a verified complaint? To the bailiff says, no, we don't have one on hand. Okay, we're going to reschedule you. And I was out of there. Now, when I got out, I realized that I was one of the only people, probably, that I just rescheduled. All the other people was guilty, no content. And every single one of them, they cannot even ask the court jurisdiction if there is a complaint filed or not. This is very tricky. The court, as I said, it's a game. The court is a computer. Someone has to activate. Someone has to file a complaint. If no one files a complaint, the court doesn't have any jurisdiction. Now, who filed the complaint? Well, we're going to say that the cop. Based on what? Well, he gave me a ticket. Well, that was a notice to appear. Well, I appeared. So what's the problem? I don't see any crime over here. If there was a crime, who's the damaged party? Well, after 1 week when they rescheduled, I went to the court and I knew what's going to happen, so I took 4 of my buddies with me to the court just to be witnesses. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I know exactly what I'm going to do. And of course, I was the last person in the court. They made sure that everybody was out. And they start asking my friends if they had any case, and they missed their name, and they said, no, we're with him. So he says, okay. So they asked me to approach the bench, which I did. And the first thing the judge says, well, city attorney, there was a lady sitting on the left side, and says, city attorney, do we have a verified complaint for this gentleman? Oh, she says, oh yeah, we do. I was really surprised. I never thought that they will have such a document. So the first time I look at the document, it's not signed. I says, well, this is not valid. It's not signed. No one is taking any responsibility. And at that time, the commissioner, I'm going to say commissioner because he's not a judge, commissioner. The commissioner, he looked at me and he was really coming strong, and he says, Mr. Barjorbadian, you are wasting the court's time. And I says, you know what? I'm not paid coming over here. You guys are paid. This is my court date, and I'm asking for a signature. So the city attorney was laughing, and she says, basically, I have no problem signing it. That was a big surprise. How can she sign being a witness on a crime? So I'm thinking, what my next thing? I mean, I'm just blocked. So as soon as The bailiff gives me the letter. It was a pink letter. I kept it so far. The judge says, the commissioner tells me, Mr. Barjorbadian, do you acknowledge receiving a verified complaint? I says, can I read first what I'm acknowledging? So as soon as I start reading, at the same time I'm thinking what I'm supposed to do now. The first two sentences, and it clicked me. Based on belief and information, the city attorney testifies that the state of California got damaged because of my speeding. And as soon as I heard this based on belief and information, I took the paper. I was like feeling like, oh boy, I've got the guns now. And I thought, well, we don't have it. This is all we have. I said, then I would like the court to schedule for a probable cause hearing. And he says, well, I cannot do that. And I said, well, if you cannot do that, you have to dismiss the case.